Mike, one of the top linebacker targets in the 2022 class. He was being heavily recruited by Clark Lea when Clark Lea was at Notre Dame. Clark Lea now moves on to be the head coach at Vanderbilt. And then Sebastian Cheeks, 2022 linebacker out of Evanston, Illinois. He gets his Vanderbilt offer just what has been barely a couple weeks since Clark Lea's been at Vanderbilt, one of the top targets for Clark Lea. What do you think about this offer? I think it's significant.
Yeah, I don't significant in terms of like we're doing a video to talk about it. Sure, you know,
Right.
it's like interesting. I don't think Vanderbilt's gonna win the recruitment.
No, but it
Uh,
is. I think it is. It's something to talk about. It's something to
y-
look at for sure.
yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's fun, and we're doing a video about it. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to Notre Dame. I put a future cast pick in for the Irish. Um, I reported this on blueandgold.com. I think Monday in our gold standard. So it's been a few days. Let's put that behind our, our paywall. By the way, I use promo code Irish60. You get 2 months free over at blueandgold.com. So it's been a few days. As disappointed as Sebastian Cheeks was when Clark Lea left Notre Dame, like that disappointment level, he was equally as excited when Notre Dame hired Marcus Freeman. One of Cheeks' offers is from Cincinnati. And guess who the coach was that recruited him there? Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
So, I mean, Cheeks is fired up. So, Nick Lazinski, who's kind of Clark Lea's right hand man on the recruiting front, he also, built a strong relationship with Cheeks. Lazinski's still at Notre Dame. I'm wondering, though, if, you know, a Vanderbilt maybe scoops him up for a position there, or does Notre Dame retain him, or does some other school get him? So that'll be interesting to see. I think Lazinski's a talented recruiter, and I can't speak to his coaching acumen, but obviously played at Notre Dame. He's got a background in safety now. His background in linebacker recruiting, I'm kind of throwing around what it could with his background in coaching defensive backs, some at the college level. Could he be in the safeties coach running as well, with Terry Joseph leaving for Texas? But yeah, it's like I said, it's fun to talk about. It's kind of like look at Clark Lea, kind of not taking his first like swing at Notre Dame. Like this is very small potatoes compared to like Steve Sarkisian going to Texas and then
Right.
taking Alabama coaches with them. Like that's like whoa, like look at that, and that's within the rules. There's nothing bad about that. So this isn't like a whoa. If he were to start offering all of Notre Dame's commits in the 2022 class, like that would be something. But this, I can't like maybe I shouldn't say I can't envision Cheeks going to Vanderbilt because he is such a high academic kid and he does love Clark Lea. But I mean, I just think that he's a Notre Dame fit at the end of the day.
So, Mike, what is it about Cheek's game that you like? He's a highly regarded player. He has the offers to back it up. We've only seen one full season of him. What do you think it is that everybody just seems to love?
Yeah, I mean, he played not much in high school, but the size, the athleticism, seeing him out on 7-on-7 type deals and different workouts, you could just see right there he's a freak, and what he has shown in limited film, because he did have an injury, and now no junior season, or at least for the fall, in the state of Illinois, and hopefully they get to play. In the spring, but even that's up in the air. But he's got all the traits that you're looking for. Maybe I shouldn't say traits. That's like a bad word to say in
That
Notre
is a
Dame.
bad word around Notre Dame.
Bad word. But yeah, he's just a solid overall player, and I call him like a modern day linebacker. And I
Right.
mentioned this about Kanu Kia and Prince Colley, that they're true sideline to sideline guys. Your middle linebackers aren't Mike Goolsby's anymore. They're not trotting out 6'3", 6'4", 240 pounders. 6'2", 225, 228 maybe at the on the bigger end. So Sebastian Cheeks fits that. He's got the speed, the agility to cover guys in the slot, but also can pack a punch and thump some dudes too.
No doubt about it. I'm really hoping that Illinois does have football at some point. There's a lot of Illinois targets I know you and I would both love to see off the top of my head. Cheeks, Pat Coogan, I'd like maybe, Tyler Morris, Carnell Tate. That's just a few. There's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, Caleb Brown from St. Rita. You mentioned Coogan. That's an interesting thought. Would like would he play a senior season? Would Notre Dame rather him not? To not risk injury. I don't know. I think that might be a thing where they leave it up to the players, or I don't know. I'm just speculating there. But someone like Reggie Florima, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. Of course, his dad played at Notre Dame, and he's a big time receiver, but not holding a Notre Dame offer yet. So you have guys in the Chicagoland area that they land, or if they have a junior season, maybe sophomore season, that they could bust onto Notre Dame's radar.
So, Mike, when we're talking about Cheeks and making his final decision, we're not there yet. Everybody, don't freak out. We're not there yet. However, I think it potentially could be yet another Notre Dame and Michigan battle. I mentioned before, your future cast is in for Cheeks to land at Notre Dame. How are you feeling about the Wolverines potentially coming in and stealing Cheeks?
Yeah, Michigan's had coaching changes of their own. Don Brown's now over at Arizona, so I don't know what the staff it looks like at Michigan in terms of the guys that were recruiting Sebastian Cheeks. So I'm not too worried about Michigan at this point in time. If Notre Dame goes after him hard and it really sells him on, here's where you're going to be at in our defense, because Marcus Freeman, expecting him to run something different, so I can be the same exact defense. It's going to be multiple. Clark Lea's defense was pretty multiple, but is there something similar to Rover if that's indeed where Notre Dame preferred him prior? So, in terms of other schools, Texas is intrigued. Or has intrigued Sebastian Cheeks. Stanford, again, because Cheeks is such a high academic young man. Wisconsin, he really likes. The thing about Sebastian Cheeks' timeline, though, Mason, is that he did not want it still doesn't want to make a decision until after his junior season. He very
Right.
much wants to put out tape to show everybody, hey, here's why I have, close to 20 offers, and, Michigan and Wisconsin and Texas and some of these big time schools after him. So I felt that he was close to a commitment anyways. Even with that, I felt like, Notre Dame still might be able to wrap him up, before the calendar turned to 2021. But, then the Clark Lea news happened, so that this recruitment's, maybe slowed down a little bit. But with Marcus Freeman, and like I mentioned, just how pumped up he was, maybe the Irish can seal the deal early.
All right, everybody, if you did like the video, please leave a thumbs up. It helps out the channel a lot. Feel free to subscribe as well. You can find him on Twitter at rivals_singer. I'm at Mason Plummer_. Find us both at blueandgold.com. Thank you for watching.